Hey, it's Rod B. Thanks for watching. Well, today I'm working on a super strat for my son, and he wants skulls painted on the body. So I'm going to use a technique they used back in the 70s. I ordered some lace with a skull pattern on it, and this is what I'm going to use to get the skulls onto the guitar. Now, this is not an instructional video. This is just how I'm going to do it. And also, this video is not sponsored, so any of the products that you hear me mention in the video is just what I'm using to get the job done. I've already got the body prepped. I've done the grain filler. I put a couple coats of vinyl sealer on it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a couple layers of Bulldog adhesive promoter on it, because I've got to use a automotive lacquer for the base coat. And for some reason that automotive lacquer doesn't like to stick to that vinyl sealer. I mean, it'll stick, but not real good. The last one I did, it would chip. I mean, it looks good, but you set it down or you knock it or whatever, I mean, a big chunk would come out. So I'm going to try this, and hopefully that'll stick better. All right, I'm going to let that dry for about 5 minutes. That's really all it takes. 5-10 minutes. I'm going to put one more layer on it, and then we're going to put the base coat on it. I've got 2 coats of the Bulldog adhesive promoter on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the front white, and I'm going to use Mohawk white lacquer. I'm going to let that dry for about 45 minutes. I'm going to put one more coat on it. I got the front taped up because I'm going to paint the back and the sides silver. I'm not going to put the pattern on the back of the side. So I've got the front taped up, and what I'm going to use is Duplicolor Brilliant Silver. Now you're supposed to use the silver candy base coat. I think it's just got more metal flake in it, but I couldn't find any, so we're going to just use regular Brilliant Silver, but I'm going to add some holographic pigment to it. Not a whole lot, just enough to see if I can get it to change color a little bit. Okay, I got my silver paint out right here, and I'm going to put in some holographic pigment in it. Now this 25 grams will mix up 32 ounces of paint, but I'm only going to use 4 ounces, and I'm only going to put enough for 2 ounces in this paint because I don't want to overdo it. That's going to be like 0.35 grams, so let's go ahead and mix that up now. Pour it in. All right, let me load this up in my spray gun, and we'll spray it. Well, I'm going to let that dry for about an hour. I want it good and dry, and I'm probably going to take where I dabbed the little fuzz off of it, about some 800 grit sandpaper, and sand it smooth a little bit, get it a little bit more smooth. And then I'm going to put about 3 to 4 coats of the silver on it. And then when it dries, I'll sand it smooth. Then we can go ahead and put the candy on it. All right, I pulled the tape off of it. I got everything done. I got it painted silver all over. I'm going to let this dry overnight. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to touch up some spots on it, and then we can start putting the skulls on it. Okay, I let the body dry overnight. Everything is dry. I had a little touch up on it. I went ahead and cut out the lace that I'm going to put on it, which has got skulls on it. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the lace on top of it. And what I did was I just got me a piece of wood to lean this up against it, and I want it sitting up straight. And I put nails on the side. I'm just going to hook the lace to the nails and then wrap it over. Okay, I went ahead and put the lace over the top. I hooked it in my nails that I have on the sides, made sure it was really tight. Let me load up the spray gun and we'll spray it. All right, I got the silver in my spray gun, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a wet coat across it because I don't want it to run down on the lace. So I'm just going to do several light passes until I get it to the silver shade that I want. I'm going to let this dry for about 10 or 15 minutes, come back and put another coat on it, and I'll probably do that about 3 or 4 times until I get a good silver coat on it. I'm going to see if I can get the lace off without screwing anything up. Now that looks pretty freaking cool. All right, that looks pretty good. You can't see it because of the light. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to spray the blood red candy base on it. So let's let this dry a little while, come back, and we'll put the candy on it. I've got 4 ounces of my lacquer, and I've got 0.65 grams of the blood red candy pigment. So we're going to mix that together. And it looks just like blood. So let me put this in the spray gun, and we'll spray the body and see how it turns out. Okay, we'll get ready to spray it. I want to spray the back first. That way if I make a mistake or if my gun's not set right, I can fix it, because I don't want to mess the front up. So my gun's not spraying just right. I'm going to reset it, come back, and try it again. Okay, I got it painted. I got about 4 or 5 coats on it. You can see the skulls in it. That looks pretty good. I'm going to let this dry for about 2 or 3 hours, and I'm going to clear coat it. I also did the pick guard. Now the pick guard was black because I wanted black skulls on it instead of the white ones to give a little contrast, a little something different. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, clear coat it, wet sand it, come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, I got it hand sanded and polished. If you can see the skulls on it, there they are. I think that looks pretty cool. I also got the pick guard done. I did the same on it, but I did it in reverse. I did black skulls instead of white, and I think that's going to look pretty good on the body. Let's set it up here so you can get an idea what it's going to look like there. There we go. So that looks pretty good. So let me put this together real quick. There it is, all put together real fast. It looks pretty good, all polished up. I put some skull tuning knobs on it. I've got some skull control knobs on it. I think those look pretty cool. So we're going to go see Michael. He's going to play it for me, see how it sounds.